Welcome to SciSpectrum Lab Essentials, your source for equipment, instrument, and consumables.
Tabletop meter, which is a fancy way of saying it's a real workhorse in any industry where the exact makeup of their water, or really any solution, is everything.
So its main gig is to analyze these super important parameters. Things like pH, which you've probably heard of, is just a measure of acidity, and something called ORP, which stands for Oxidation Reduction Potential. For industries all the way from food production to pharmaceuticals, getting these numbers right isn't just about quality, it's about safety.
And here's where we get to see the real power packed into this device. See, it's not a one-trick pony. Not at all. It's a super versatile scientific instrument, all rolled into one unit. So let's take a closer look at what it's actually looking for in a sample.
With just a single probe, this thing measures 6 different things. You've got pH, ORP, electrical conductivity, salinity, temperature, and TDS. And TDS, that just stands for total dissolved solids. It's basically a measure of all the tiny organic and inorganic stuff that's dissolved in a liquid. Each one of these is a critical piece of the overall puzzle.
You know, you can think of it like a Swiss Army knife for a chemist or a lab tech. Instead of needing a whole workbench cluttered with different, expensive pieces of equipment, you've got everything you need right here, all in one compact, really efficient package.
But let's be real, versatility doesn't mean much without precision. And when this meter measures pH, it does it with a resolution of 0.01. That is an incredibly fine level of detail. It's the difference between knowing your water is kind of acidic and knowing exactly how acidic it is.
And that amazing precision is backed by rock-solid accuracy. For those really key measurements like pH and total dissolved solids, its readings are within plus or minus 1%. This is what builds trust. It means you can make really critical decisions based on this data because you know the numbers are spot on. Of course, it's one thing to measure all these things, but it's a whole other challenge to do it reliably, day in and day out, and in a way that's actually easy for the user. That's where the smart design and the robust tech really come into play.
Yeah, this is not some old-school analog device with a swinging needle. At its very core is an advanced microprocessor. That's the brain of the operation, you know? It processes all the raw info from the sensor, making sure the readings are stable and accurate every single time.
The physical design is also just incredibly practical for a busy lab. You get a big LCD display so you can see everything clearly. The keyboard is rugged and splash-proof, because let's be honest, spills are going to happen. And with USB connectivity, you can instantly store your data or pop it over to a computer for analysis. It's just easy.
Now check this out. Here's a feature that is absolutely crucial for getting reliable data: automatic temperature compensation. You see, a lot of chemical properties actually change with temperature, so this meter is smart enough to measure the temp at the same time and automatically adjust the other readings to be correct, no matter if the sample's a little warm or a little cool. It just takes all the guesswork right out of the equation.
And it totally keeps up with how we work today. You've got options for things like remote printing and even Bluetooth connectivity to an Android app. That kind of flexibility is just huge in a modern lab. Oh, and a 6-month warranty shows that the manufacturer really stands behind their work.
So after digging into all these features and specs, what's the big picture here? What's the main takeaway? Well, it all boils down to this: the power that comes from being precise. The source material uses 3 words that just perfectly capture what this tool is all about: reliable, accurate, and robust. I mean, that's the trifecta, right? That's exactly what you need when your work depends on getting the numbers right.